Rabbi Elchanan Baron here, once again in Vilna, for a quick visit, promote the issue of Jewish heritage of Lithuania and preservation or restoration of Jewish cemeteries here. In recent weeks, I've been in contact with some of the most senior rabbis in the Jewish community worldwide. And before I address the issue at hand, which is the great Shnipishok cemetery, resting place of our forefathers, the giants of the Vilna and Lithuania Jewish community, I'd like to point out that contrary to popular understanding, the Lithuanian Jewish heritage that flourished here for hundreds of years is not dead by any measure or yardstick. Lithuanian Jewish heritage is alive and well, thriving in Jewish communities throughout the world, where there are what we call Litvish yeshivas, Lithuanian yeshivas, yeshivas such as the names of Telz and Slobodka. That is the true Jewish heritage, and myself, as spokesman often for this community, represent the true heirs of the Lithuanian Jewish community. It is true that the last generation before the war, the Lithuanian Jewish community had somewhat changed, but the respect for Jewish scholarship, the respect for rabbis, respect for the yeshivas never wavered. It continues not to waver among all Jews of Lithuanian descent. There are those misguided here in Lithuania, and especially in Vilna today, who are mixed up to know the difference between maskilim and reform, and think that there were reform here in Lithuania. There never, until recent years, never stepped a reformed person in this country. There was no Reform Judaism near it at all. Reform Judaism is a movement that dooms the Jewish community to demise. There's no such thing as grandchildren or great-grandchildren of Reformed Jews that remain faithful to being Jews. As the true bearers of the heritage of the Lithuanian Jewish community that thrived here, the center of European Jewish tradition and culture for hundreds of years, the use of any cemetery, Jewish cemetery, for anything except the cemetery is strictly forbidden in Jewish law and tradition. Every person that purchased indeed a cemetery purchases it for life. I have made a connection with some of the most senior rabbis. We're very perplexed at the recent indication here in Vilna that perhaps there is an attempt to make a museum on the Shnipishok cemetery where our giants are buried. And they're claiming that this is in the name of senior rabbis. These senior rabbis of the generation in the United States and in Israel are extremely concerned about this situation. And some say in the name of Rabbi Rosenberg, who I brought in to be the undisputed representative of the Jewish law, and I mentioned to him a few weeks ago that people are saying in his name, make a museum on a cemetery. I was with him in the house of Rabbi Gershon Edelstein, the late dean of the Ponevezh Yeshiva in Bnei Brak, an undisputed leader of the Lithuanian Yeshiva movement, numbering over 1 million people. And we asked him exactly what's possible to do. And he said nothing else except matzedas. Only memorial, like gravestones, that kind of material information to the people that are resting at Shnipishok. And when I asked Rabbi Cyril Rosenberg, and I said to him, they're saying your name as if you authorized the museum. His response to me was, the Torah never changes. It's eternal. It's not possible to change. The law is not changeable. It doesn't matter any amount of community leaders or rabbis have no ability. It's not a matter of permission. They have no ability to change the law. There will not be a museum in Shnipishok Cemetery. There will not be a convention center. Woe is to anyone who tries in any way, because the Jewish souls want to rest in peace. And much as they made sure to make the to take care of that sports building, the sports palace that was erected and had a very, very short life for a building of that size of investment, nothing will succeed there. There's nothing to talk about. We won't let it. It won't happen. The Shnipishok cemetery will be returned to the Jewish people who own it, and the representatives of the 50,000 souls that are buried there. We will have it restored. It'll be to the beauty and to the honor of the Lithuanian people and the people of Vilna. Will be able to learn about their past. Many people will come and tourists and pilgrims from all over the world, as they did before the war and before it was disturbed by the Nazis and the Soviets, and that will continue to be the case. There will not be any museum in any form, in any shape, in any name. You can call it the cemetery museum or memorial. It won't happen. And all the rabbis, 100% of the rabbis in the world are in agreement. I have not met one senior rabbi in the world, out of hundreds, not met one who does not hold this position as far as the Jewish law tradition. And our prayer and our hope to God that He'll continue to protect this cemetery and all the cemeteries in Lithuania and all the Jewish heritage, and we will be able to cooperate with the Lithuanian people. And most of the Lithuanian people who I meet are interested, want to cooperate, want to know about their heritage, and want to protect and preserve the Jewish heritage in Lithuania. Thank you for listening.